Ooh, be careful, it's big.
Bigger than I thought it was.
Right.
Oh, that's gonna be nice.
Damn. Oh yeah, dude. That's amazing. Wow. Look at the color in there.
Oh my god.
This gemstone is amethyst, the violet-colored crystal that has fascinated humanity for thousands of years. But here's something many people don't know. The United States is home to some of the rarest and most beautiful amethyst deposits in the world. And to reach these crystals, miners must climb remote mountain peaks, fly supplies by helicopter, dig into volcanic rock, and extract geodes hidden inside ancient lava flows. It's one of the most challenging gemstone mining operations in North America. Today, we're going deep inside America's supergiant amethyst mining operation, where millions of pounds of volcanic rock are blasted, split, sorted, and opened in a mind-blowing search for nature's most magical purple crystal. Before we begin, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell, because this journey will take you somewhere few people on Earth will ever see. Amethyst is one of the world's most iconic gemstones, instantly recognizable for its purple hues, ranging from soft lavender to deep royal violet. For nearly every civilization in recorded history, amethyst carried powerful symbolic meaning. The ancient Greeks believed amethyst could prevent intoxication. The name itself comes from the Greek word amethystos, meaning not drunk. Pharaohs in Egypt carved it into beads and royal seals. Medieval Europeans considered it a stone of kings, worn by bishops, warriors, and nobility. For centuries, amethyst was as valuable as ruby and emerald, until massive deposits were discovered in Brazil in the 18th century. But American amethyst is different. The crystals found in the US, especially in Arizona's Four Peaks region, have a unique reddish-purple color caused by traces of iron and hematite, shades considered among the rarest in the world. Geologically, American amethyst was formed more than 20 million years ago, when volcanic activity created pockets of gas inside molten lava. Over time, superheated silica-rich fluids entered these cavities and slowly crystallized. As temperatures fell, amethyst crystals began to grow, centimeter by centimeter, forming perfect hexagonal points. Today, these ancient volcanic layers still hide countless geodes and crystal veins, many located deep within rugged terrain that is unreachable by roads. Extracting them requires creativity, strength, and a lot of patience. While countries like Brazil and Uruguay dominate the global amethyst supply, the United States produces far smaller quantities, but with incomparable quality. This makes American amethyst extremely desirable among collectors and jewelers. And among all the American deposits, one stands above the rest. Four Peaks, Arizona, home to the most iconic supergiant amethyst mining operation in the country. The heart of America's giant amethyst industry lies high in the Mazatzal Mountains of Arizona. At more than 7,000 feet above sea level, the legendary Four Peaks Amethyst Mine sits in one of the most remote and rugged mining locations in North America. There are no roads leading to the mine, no trucks can climb the sharp ridgelines, no equipment can be driven by land, everything. Tools, fuel, workers, food, and even explosives must be flown in by helicopter. This isolation makes Four Peaks one of the only gemstone mines in the world that regularly depends on helicopter transport. Even the crystals themselves, once extracted, are flown off the mountain in large cargo nets. Geologically, Four Peaks is extraordinary. Millions of years ago, volcanic lava cooled and trapped gas pockets inside the rock. Mineral-rich fluids gradually seeped into these cavities, depositing iron and silica that slowly grew into amethyst crystals. Over millions of years, the crystals matured into clusters with deep reddish-purple tones, a signature of this mine. Working conditions are extreme. Temperatures swing from scorching summer heat to freezing winter winds. The mine sits on a narrow ridge with steep drop-offs on both sides. Each day, miners hike steep paths to reach the tunnels and spend hours drilling, blasting, and chipping away at volcanic rock. Every explosion must be carefully calculated. Too strong, and the crystals will shatter. Too weak, and the surrounding basalt won't break. When the rock finally opens, miners may find small clusters, large blocks covered in crystal points, or massive geodes weighing hundreds of pounds. Some pockets contain dozens of perfect amethyst points. Others reveal cathedral geodes over 2 feet long. But the real challenge has only just begun. Extracting crystals is one thing, processing them is another. Inside the tunnels, mining amethyst is more like delicate surgery than typical rock excavation. Because the crystals can fracture easily, miners must slowly peel away the surrounding basalt layer by layer. The process begins by drilling a pattern of small holes into the volcanic rock. Miners insert low-power explosives designed specifically for gemstone mining. These charges crack the rock without pulverizing it. After blasting, they remove debris and inspect the newly exposed surface for signs of a crystal cavity. A vein may begin as a small glimmer of purple behind a thin quartz layer. Other times, miners strike a hollow sound while tapping the wall, a clue that a geode might be hidden behind it. Each movement must be gentle. A wrong strike can damage crystals that took millions of years to form. When the outer wall of the pocket comes off, the inside reveals a breathtaking world. Thousands of crystal points, perfectly arranged, glistening with natural luster. Each point is hexagonal, ending in sharp, pyramidal tips. Colors range from pinkish lavender to deep, that wine-colored purple, a rarity unique to this region. Larger clusters require support frames. Miners build wooden braces around the crystal formation, slide padded straps beneath it, and gently lift it out as a single piece. Some formations weigh 80 to 150 pounds, requiring multiple miners to safely maneuver the specimen. After extraction, crystals are wrapped in foam, bubble wrap, or soft cloth and placed into crates. These crates are flown down the mountain by helicopter, often dozens at a time, dangling from long cables beneath the aircraft. On the ground, trucks transport the raw crystals hundreds of miles to cutting and processing facilities, where the next stage begins. Transforming raw amethyst into polished gems, museum pieces, and jewelry-grade stones. Once the raw amethyst arrives at processing facilities, the stones undergo several stages of cleaning and preparation. Volcanic basalt often clings tightly to the crystal clusters, so workers use pressure washers, mild acids, and mechanical brushes to remove excess rock without damaging the crystals. Each facet is carefully polished. The cutter studies how the light travels through the crystal, optimizing brilliance and symmetry. Deep reddish-purple stones, Four Peaks purple, are the most valuable. Their color rivals top-grade African and Brazilian amethyst, making them highly sought after by jewelers. Meanwhile, large crystal clusters are trimmed using saws to remove excess basalt. Workers polish the bases, enhance natural luster, and prepare the clusters for collectors, museums, or interior decoration industries. Even the smallest fragments are used. Tiny amethyst chips become healing stones, incense bowl fillers, or craft materials. Nothing goes to waste. The value of a single pocket can reach tens of thousands of dollars. The deserts of Nevada, but finding one is never guaranteed. If you enjoyed exploring the supergiant amethyst mining operations of America, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss the next incredible journey. Silver is no longer just a symbol of beautiful and powerful natural resources. It powers smartphones, solar panels, and even satellites. And to meet this modern demand, the silver mining industry has evolved into a sophisticated and highly technical global operation. But what does it actually take to extract millions of ounces of silver from the earth each year? The answer is a fascinating blend of geology, engineering, chemistry, and brute industrial power. In this episode, we're going deep into the world of silver mining, from exploration to smelting and everything in between. Long before modern machinery and high-tech refining methods, silver captivated civilizations across the globe. Its shimmer adorned the crowns of kings and the coins of empires. The story of silver mining stretches back over 5,000 years, beginning in ancient Anatolia, modern-day Turkey, where early miners used stone tools to chip silver ore from cave walls. By 500 BCE, the Greeks were extracting silver on a grand scale from the laurium mines near Athens. That silver helped fund the Athenian navy, and in many ways, fueled the rise of democracy. Meanwhile, in the Americas, indigenous cultures like the Incas revered silver as a sacred metal, calling it the tears of the moon. Everything changed in the 16th century, when the Spanish conquest of the New World unlocked vast silver deposits in Potosi, in present-day Bolivia. At its peak, this one mountain produced so much silver that it funded half of Europe's economy. But that wealth came at a brutal cost. Millions of indigenous and African slave laborers toiled under horrific conditions to meet colonial demand. As centuries passed, silver mining spread across continents, from the Comstock Lode in Nevada during the American Wild West to high-tech operations in Australia, Canada, and China today. Each era brought new tools, new challenges, and new understandings of both silver's value and its consequences. What hasn't changed is our fascination. Silver is more than a metal. It's a mirror reflecting human ambition, ingenuity, and at times exploitation. And as we explore how silver is mined in the modern era, we carry the weight of that legacy with us. The journey begins long before a single rock is moved. It starts with exploration. Weeks, months, and sometimes years of geologists combing through remote mountain ranges and deserts in search of silver-rich deposits. Using a combination of geological surveys, satellite imaging, and exploratory drilling, they search for the telltale signs of mineral veins hidden deep underground. Once a promising site is found and test samples confirm sufficient silver content, a mining plan is drawn up. Environmental permits are secured, infrastructure is developed, and massive equipment begins to move in. Now, it's time to dig. Depending on how deep the silver deposit lies, mining operations take one of two routes. If the silver is close to the surface, open-pit mining is the method of choice. This involves stripping away layers of earth, known as overburden, to reveal the ore beneath. Massive shovels and dump trucks haul out thousands of tons of rock each day, carving a giant staircase-like pit into the ground. If the deposit lies deeper underground, things get more complex. Vertical shafts are drilled straight down, and horizontal tunnels are carved through solid rock. Workers navigate a maze of passageways, often more than a mile beneath the surface, using drills and explosives to break apart ore. Whether surface or underground, the goal remains the same: bring silver-bearing rock to the surface as efficiently as possible. At this stage, the ore still looks like nothing more than ordinary rock. In fact, each ton of raw material might contain just a few grams of silver. To To get to the metal locked inside, the ore is trucked to a processing facility, where it undergoes a powerful mechanical transformation. The process starts with crushing. Giant jaw crushers bite down on the rocks, reducing them to chunks the size of baseballs. Those fragments then pass through secondary crushers, getting smaller and smaller until they resemble gravel. But to truly release the silver, the material needs to be pulverized. That happens inside large rotating mills filled with steel balls. As the mill spins, the ore is ground into a fine gray powder, similar in texture to flour. Only now is the silver ready to be separated chemically from the waste. With the ore reduced to powder, it's time for science to take over. The method used depends on the type of rock and how the silver is embedded. If the silver is found in sulfide minerals like galena or chalcopyrite, the ore goes through a process called froth flotation. In large tanks, the powdered ore is mixed with water, air bubbles, and a cocktail of chemical reagents. As the mixture churns, silver-containing particles attach to the air bubbles and rise to the surface, forming a foamy layer that can be skimmed off. What's left behind is mostly waste. If the silver is embedded in oxidized rock, a different technique is used, cyanide leaching. Though controversial, this method is highly effective. The ore is soaked in a weak cyanide solution, which dissolves the silver into a liquid form. That solution is then filtered, and the dissolved silver is extracted using zinc or activated carbon. Whichever method is used, the result is a concentrated form of silver. Still not pure, but now in high enough quantities to be economically viable. With the concentrate in hand, the next step is smelting, an ancient process brought into the modern age. The concentrate is shipped to a specialized facility where it's heated in furnaces that can reach temperatures well over 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. At these extremes, the silver melts and begins to separate from the impurities. Fluxes like silica or lime are added to help the process. They bind to unwanted materials, which float to the top as a thick layer of slag. The heavier silver sinks to the bottom, forming a molten pool of metal that is then poured into molds. As it cools, the silver solidifies into rough ingots, still containing traces of other metals like copper or lead. To reach the high purity levels needed for commercial use, the silver must undergo one final critical stage: refining. Refining begins with electrolysis. The rough silver ingots become anodes, electrodes that dissolve when electric current is applied. They're suspended in a tank of silver nitrate solution, alongside thin sheets of pure silver, which act as cathodes. As electricity flows, silver atoms from the impure anodes dissolve into the solution and redeposit themselves onto the cathodes in pure form. Over the course of several days, these cathodes grow into thick, gleaming sheets of high-purity silver. Meanwhile, any impurities either fall to the bottom of the tank as sludge or remain suspended in the liquid. The refined silver is then melted once more and poured into standard bars, each one stamped with its weight, purity, and a unique serial number. Some of these bars are headed to bullion vaults and investors. Others are destined for industrial plants, where they'll be turned into wires, mirrors, circuits, and connectors. Once refined, silver enters the global economy through a complex and high-security supply chain. Each bar is carefully weighed, tested, and sealed in tamper-proof packaging. From there, they're shipped to precious metal exchanges, manufacturers, and refineries around the world, often under armed guard or with GPS tracking. The applications are nearly endless. In smartphones, silver conducts electricity with unmatched efficiency. In solar panels, it converts sunlight into clean energy. In hospitals, it acts as an antibacterial coating. And in jewelry, it dazzles and endures. Every ounce of silver may look the same to the naked eye, but the journey behind each bar spans continents, cultures, and centuries of human progress. Silver isn't just a precious metal, it's a story of discovery, transformation, and relentless ingenuity. And now, you know how millions of ounces of it are mined, processed, and put to use. one shimmering bar at a time. Thanks for watching. If you love learning how everyday materials are made, from the mines to the machines, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community. We've got more incredible journeys coming your way, from the heart of the earth to the hands of innovation.